Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. We did get some rain last night. The earlier rain that came through was south of us. Check out these pictures. I was looking at that, guys, and I was hoping it was coming this way. But it looks like south of us got the bulk of the rain. We did get some, but it wasn't until in the middle of the night, heard a lot of thundering, saw some lightning, and I think we probably got maybe 1/4 of an inch, maybe less. I'm not sure. It doesn't take long for your plants that are outside that gets a taste of that good old rain to just look so much better in less than 24 hours. Look at these sweet potatoes. They are just exploding. And here's those purple whole peas. They are doing the same thing. So I've already been in the high tunnel, the small high tunnel this morning, and started to do some work. I'm getting that raised bed on the north wall ready for some lettuces. I think that's where I'm going to grow my rocky top lettuce. And so I need to get that cleaned out today. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull up the tomato plants in the small high tunnel. That's a beautiful sunrise coming up behind me. So it's about 72 degrees. We expect to get around 88 today, and then tomorrow we go back into the 90s, Saturday, and then Sunday another front comes in, and they're saying that we're going to be in the mid 80s all of next week with very good chances of rain every day. Look at that behind me. You can see that haze over the trees, and you can just tell that today is going to be a little bit different. Now the sun's out right now, but they say the clouds are going to come back over us, and that's what's going to hold the heat down. Now before that front came in yesterday, guys, it was awful. At around 5 o'clock, it was still 110 degrees, and it just felt different yesterday. It was a different heat, even though we've had these 100+ days, I think for 40 some odd days this summer. Yesterday it was just awful, and I don't know if it was more humidity coming in and making it feel so oppressive. And then around 6:45 is when, close to 7, that storm that I just showed you pictures of started blowing through. It was still hot. We were getting a north wind, but it was still pretty hot. And then of course we heard the thunder and the rain during the night. So I'm starting to have some concern over the germination of some of the seeds that I've purchased, and we want to talk about why, again, that it's so important to try to save seeds from your own plant. So I planted onions up there in the baby pool in the high tunnel, and they're coming up, but they're not coming up as well as the onions that I saved from my bolted onions earlier in the year and from my seeds. But I'm going to show you some of my other seeds that we planted that I did purchase from my 2 top seed companies. And so I'm getting concerned. Normally we would get about at least 90% germination. Let me show you what I'm seeing right now. So these are the seeds from my onions that I grew this year. And I think, guys, they're looking pretty lush and they're looking pretty good. So I'm happy with these. But over here is some cauliflower seeds. And this group is looking a little bit better than this group. So I don't have near the germination, guys, in this tray that I do on that second tray over there that we've planted a little later than this one. So I'm going to go through and fill in these compartments with more seeds today to try to get a full tray of these cauliflower plants. And here is my broccoli. This too, you can see I'm not getting good germination. There's some that's starting to come up, but I'm going to reseed these empty trays. And then here is my golden acre cabbage. You're seeing a lot of the same things here. So some came up really well, others did not. Now, as these get a little bit bigger, I'm going to transplant these to little 3-inch pots like these down here, so we can get them a little more hardy before we put them in the ground. But let's go check out some of my seeds up in the little high tunnel. So here are the Everwild onion seeds. These are the Texas Early Grano, and honestly, I have just as many grass weeds coming up as I do onions. So I'm going to reseed some of this today as well and see what happens. And it may be some of the heat, but guys, I would think that if it was the heat, then my seeds in my tray would be acting the same way, my onion seeds. So again, back at my purple hull peas, I would say that I got probably about 80%, if not higher, germination in these. You can see that I spaced them out, and they all seem to be coming up pretty well. Now, these are those Bradley seeds that I got off of Amazon. So I'm pretty happy with these and glad that these have come up out here, and looking forward to seeing what these do. It's a hit and miss with my radishes. You can see there they look pretty good, there they look pretty good, but look at these. So these were seeded just as heavily as this was, and I'm not seeing as good a germination. I'm going to replant in this tub as well. To build the soil up in this raised bed, because we've used it over the years, Greg went ahead and put a cover crop in there for the fall, and he planted some green beans, and you can see I only have one row. So I don't really see any more coming up in there, and they're planted all along those tubes. So my concern is we've never seen our germination be affected like this. Maybe 50% affected. It depending on what we're growing. So another true testament will be the lettuce seeds and celery that I planted yesterday. We'll be watching those very closely to see how those germinate as well. So I'm going to start some more seeds in these pods today, especially since we're going to get cooler weather next week. Now, it could have been the heat, but I'm kind of going back and forth on that since my onion seeds came up so well, and the ones that I bought did not. But we'll see. We'll see in this next week if we get better germination with the cooler temps. So I wanted to give you guys an update. We did get a little bit of rain, probably about a 1/4 inch, maybe a little less. It is definitely cooler today than it has been. I know that all those people in my area, all my subscribers and my community folks, my family in the area is probably enjoying this just as much as I am this morning. We do expect cloud cover to come back over us here in the next couple of hours to kind of keep the temperatures down, and I so hope that that happens. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let me know if you've bought some seeds from certain people or from anybody, and how your germination is showing right now, because I am getting a little concerned. And again, this just reiterates that if you have something that prospers in your garden, you need to save your seeds, save them, so that we can be sure and keep on growing and keep on going, because I don't know what's going on with our seeds right now. Take care. God bless. We'll be in touch.